Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Time and money to have the best experiences out of your life. So in today's video we are going to discuss about Bitcoin. So ensure to check out the video on cryptocurrency that I have already made. So Bitcoin is the biggest cryptocurrency by leaps and bounds when compared to others. Bitcoin is like the Goliath in David and Goliath case, and Bitcoin's market cap alone is around 40% of the total cryptocurrency market capitalization. And as cryptocurrencies valuations are jumping up and down continuously, as on day Bitcoin's market capitalization is around 900 crore versus the total market capitalization of the entire cryptocurrency is around 2 trillion dollar, that is 2000 billion dollar. And during its peak Bitcoin was around 60-65% of the entire market cap of cryptocurrency was this, and currently it's around 40% of the entire cryptocurrency market is just Bitcoin. So in this video we'll cover three important things. One is what exactly is Bitcoin and how do you evaluate it, and second is whether should you invest it, and third is if Bitcoin has any benefit when compared to the other upcoming cryptocurrencies. So first and foremost, I had already covered this point in cryptocurrency video. I'll briefly cover it over here. So Bitcoin was developed by an anonymous person, Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know who that person is, and this person wanted to revolutionize. So this person wanted to break away or change the traditional payment mechanism that was existing in the market, wherein bank was the intermediary and was enabling to transfer money, and he wanted to break it away and ensure to bring in a peer-to-peer network wherein it is by the people, to the people, for the people. So in such a way, this was a P2P network mechanism wherein if a person wants to transfer money to someone else without any boundaries, he should be able to transfer, and all this should be driven by the peer network itself. And this peer network, the people who will solve this will be rewarded by Bitcoin itself. So Bitcoin itself will be the fuel or reward for enabling and ensuring that these payments are processed and everything is recorded in this blockchain. And all these basics are covered in cryptocurrency video. Go check it out. And now how will you evaluate Bitcoin? The critical aspect that you will have to think about. So first of all, as we know, unlike other cryptocurrencies or other blockchain that are being developed wherein they are trying to build a business case, Bitcoin was first introduced as a currency, hence the name cryptocurrency stuck with other blockchain technologies that are coming up. But this is something that they wanted to focus exclusively on payment mechanism, that is transferring value from one person's wallet to another person's wallet. It's similar to exchanging cash through hand or doing electronic modes of payment, but this will be done by peer-to-peer mechanism. Though all this data is publicly available, without knowing the wallet number or the person who transacted it, we will not be able to identify or pinpoint who that person was. But all this data is publicly available and you can download it and view it. But the thing is, we will not be able to know who did this or who that exact person is. Whereas the current financial mechanism, there is huge stress on verifying the person, and there need to be a closed loop, or rather a verified loop, wherein various countries have various rules and regulation around it, and this is to avoid any illegal trafficking. And when mentioning this point, it has to be noted the reason why many governments are against Bitcoin is not just about tax evasion, but rather other illegal activities that are surrounding it. It could be leading from drug trafficking, human trafficking, to other illegal activities that are happening on the dark web, poaching, then all other illegal goods that are traded. Many of these are being traded through these cryptocurrencies, as it's very difficult to capture these trades and it's completely anonymous. And then because of government being very strict on these, and they thinking not just about themselves but also the people and effect it can have on various economies and various other industries, is also a concern to note. Though there are people at extremes who would like to fight, saying what is it that government has to do or take decision on, and they are the ones who say government talks about privacy, but they are the ones who are tracking all this data. But the other end is the people who are saying government is absolutely right and everything has to be done through them. But I think in some time it will lie somewhere in between, and this evolution will lead somewhere further, and we will have to wait and watch. And while we are waiting, we can do little more research and analysis and see what is the stance that you and I as an individual want to take, and want to see whether do you want to be an investor or want to wait and on the sidelines to see, and then see how what to do. It's like that story during the California gold rush, wherein the people who actually became rich were not who were mining for gold or searching for gold, but rather the people who were selling shovels, swivels, and various other items to support the miners and people who were trying to sweep and find gold. And now coming to the third segment, now we have to see how is it that you are going to value these cryptocurrencies and more specifically Bitcoin. Because unlike other traditional sense where the market has established and there is a proven track record for a long time, there is no fundamental or background that is there to support the valuation of this. I'll give you just random few examples. How is it that you're going to value? First and foremost, at a very basic sense, let's say to mine these Bitcoin. Again, these are all a little more complex topic, and it has been slightly covered in my first video on cryptocurrency, and I will link down few articles where you can go through for a much more deeper understanding. So for mining, let's say you are getting one Bitcoin hypothetically for mining, and it approximately takes you, let's say, 1 hour, and the electricity that is spent, that is the energy cost plus all your fixed cost of your mining tools, mining rig, let's say it's going to cost you 1,000 rupees for 1 hour of mining, and you're going to get rewarded one Bitcoin. So is it that one Bitcoin should be a total of these costs plus some profit, let's say 1,200 rupees? Is it so? A big question mark. And second option for valuing Bitcoin can be the cost benefit that is associated with it. Let's say cryptocurrency Bitcoin was developed to solve the issue of very costly payments that were happening earlier due to the existing and very stringent mechanism by banks and the profits that they had to make. So let's say to transfer 1 lakh rupees, the banks were charging you 5,000 rupees, that is 5% of the cost. But because of Bitcoin, let's say you were able to do this at 1/10 of the cost, that is for 500 rupees of cost you were able to transfer 1 lakh rupees. And because of this, do you value Bitcoin by the amount of benefit it is giving you? A big question mark. And similarly, there are various other ways that people are trying to evaluate. Either is it because of the limited supply of Bitcoin that is going to be there, that is 21 million Bitcoins at max that can be there, or is it by associating some multiplier, like in stock market you have P ratios, EBITDA, and various other ratios that you try to multiply and bring in a valuation for the whole company. Is there a common multiple that you can find for cryptocurrencies and try to multiply it to current arrive at valuation? No one knows. So currently how it is happening is the demand and supply plus market sentiments. So to very simply understand, let's say 100 people of us are waiting in a market, and let's say I have one Bitcoin. I start shouting, there is one Bitcoin, how much do you want to pay it for? Let's say one person says 100 rupees, another person says 200 rupees, another person says 300 rupees, and now I sell it to him, it's 300 rupees, and then he again is like, I want to sell it again. Now what is it that you want to bid for? Let's say next no one wants to buy, and someone bids at 200 rupees, and person has no other choice, and if he wants to sell, he sells it at 200 rupees. So market fluctuation is just up and down. It's just a demand and supply. It's just a bid ask game that is going on and auction that is going on. And until and unless there is a long track record plus something tangible to attach to it, the fluctuation might still continue. But I think this has some potential, but we will have to wait and watch. It depends again as I mentioned. Please do your due diligence and see whether do you want to invest or not. And before we continue on to the next part of the video, ensure to subscribe to my channel and like as well as share it with as many people as you can. And in next video I am going to talk about Ethereum, the next biggest cryptocurrency that is there, and that is showing a promising growth as well as expectation in the whole community, as well as various business apps as well as business cases that can be built using Ethereum. So last is whether am I investing. So currently I'm still awaiting whether to invest or not, though surely I'm setting aside some small quantity of money. It might be 100 200 rupees to invest in Bitcoin, as it might be a trial money. So what I like to do is, let's say party fund, you want to go party over the weekend, the same money I'm not interested in partying so much, so the same money that I would have spent on these parties or some unnecessary expense which I think do not add so much value, the same money I might invest something over in this Bitcoin or Ethereum or something. For that, stick around to the channel, subscribe, and check out my video on Ethereum that is coming up on Saturday. Ensure to check out at 7 p.m. So with that, the last thing that I want to highlight over here very importantly is those who are planning to invest, where do you want to keep these cryptocurrencies? let's say you bought 1 lakh rupees or 100 rupees or 10,000 rupees worth of cryptocurrency, then how is it that you are going to store? It should not be stored with the exchange at all. And most of us might be now trading through various platforms like CoinSwitch, Kuber. I will link down the description. Go check it out and download the app if you haven't to check it out. If you download, you will also get some Bitcoin for the referral that you're using for my code, and I will also get, it will be a way to support my channel. So these places are online wallets that are being stored. And other option, let's say you are someone who is investing at a large sum, so it's better to transfer this to online wallets or secure wallets. And then physical wallets are also available. There are few wallets available on Amazon, but I have not used it or reviewed it. If I get to know some good ones with reviews, I will link it down. Else not, please do your own due diligence and you can transfer some of these wallets. And all of these have to be password secured. Also in online wallets, try to do two-factor authentication. I hope you are aware of it. It is nothing but you'll enter your password, plus along with that there will be another factor to authenticate. So ensure to be very careful while trading on cryptocurrency and crypto markets. And I would suggest only invest such amount of money which you are okay losing, because this is very new. There is very much a possibility that everything can go down to zero in next couple of months or next couple of days, or it can grow to 100x. If you have that risk capability and are okay taking that risk, only then proceed. But I suggest you to be very careful and be little more cautious and be aware. With that, ensure to like, comment down below, share and subscribe down to the channel, as well as turn on the notification. I will see you soon with Ethereum video. Ensure to stick around.